I'm not going to persecute them or anything like that at all. I mean, that's not going to be getting in the way between me and the other person at all.
Well, it's preached in schools that being gay is okay and yada yada yada.
Conrad Miller.
And if my kids ask me, I'd set them down and I'd say, well, this is what gay people do. This is what animals do, okay? And I tell them, this is the life. This is the lifestyle. This is what they do. And I'd say, this is why I believe it's wrong.
There's more gay people around than what you think.
Merhav.
It doesn't bother anybody because most of them that are gay or lesbian, they know damn well who to talk to. If you step out of line, you're asking for it. Some people are saying you made a pass of them. You don't pick up regular people. I'm not excusing their actions, but it made me feel better because it was partially Matthew Shepard's fault and partially the guys who did it, you know? Maybe it's 50-50.
Yes, as a lesbian, I was more concerned for my safety.
Exactly, Sam.
I think we all were. And I think it's because somewhere inside we all knew it could happen to us at any time. You know, I mean, I'd be afraid to walk down the street and display any sort of physical affection for my partner. You don't do that here in Laramie.
Well, there's this whole idea. You leave me alone, I leave you alone.
Jonas Slonaker.
And it's even in some of the Western literature. You know, live and let live. That is such crap. I tell my friends that. Even my gay friends bring it sometimes. I'm like, that is crap, you know? I mean, basically what it boils down to. I don't tell you I'm a fag, you won't beat the crap out of me. I mean, what's so great about that? That's great philosophy.
We went to the candle vigil,
To buy that look.
and it was so good to be with people who felt like shit. I kept feeling I don't deserve to feel this bad, you know? And someone got up there and said, blah, 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 and then he said, I'm saying it wrong, but basically he said, come on guys, let's show this world that Laramie is not this kind of town. But it is that kind of town. If it wasn't this kind of a town, why did it happen here? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's a lie. Because it happened here. So how could it not be a town where this kind of thing happens? Like, that's just totally, like looking at an Escher painting and getting all confused. Like, it's just totally, like, circular logic. Like, how can you even say that? And we have to mourn, and we have to be sad, and we live in a town, a state, a country, where shit like this happens. I mean, these people are trying to distance themselves from this crime. And we need to own this crime, I feel. Everyone needs to own it. We are like this. We are like this. We are like this.
I was at the Fireside Bar one afternoon and I ran into two friends of Aaron McKinney, Shannon and Jen. You knew Aaron well, right?
Yeah, we both did. When I first found out, I thought it was really, really awful. I don't know whether Aaron was fucked up or whether he was coming down or what, but Matthew had money. Shit, he had better clothes than I did. Matthew was a little rich bitch.
You shouldn't call him a rich bitch, though. That's not right.
Well, I'm not saying he's a bad guy either, because he was just going in the wrong place at the wrong time, said the wrong things. And I don't know. I won't lie to you. There was times that I was all messed up on meth, and I thought I was going out and robbing. I mean, I never did, but yeah, it was there. It's easy money.
Aaron's done that thing before. They both done it. I know one night they went to Cheyenne to go do it, and they came back with probably $300. I don't know if they ever chose like gay people as their particular targets before, but anyone that looked like they had a lot of money and that was, you know, they could outnumber or overpower, it's fair game.
Do you think there was any homophobia at all involved in it that could have contributed to this?
Probably. It probably would have pissed him off that Matthew was gay because he didn't like it. The gay people that I've seen him interact with, he was fine as long as, you know, they didn't hit on him, as long as it didn't come up.
as long as they weren't doing it in front of him.
Did you get the impression that he knew other gay people?
I'm sure that he knew people that were gay. I mean, he worked at KFC and there was a couple of people up there that, yeah. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, because, I don't know, half the people I know here in Laramie are gay.
What would you guys say to Aaron if you could see him right now?
First of all, I'd ask him if he'd ever do any more tweets.
If I saw her now, I'd be like, man, why'd you fuck up like that? But I'd want to make sure he's doing good in there. But I'm sure he is, though. I'd probably just want to, like, hang out with him.
Smoke a bowl with him.
I bet he wants one so bad.
You guys both went to Laramie High?
Yeah, can't you tell? We're a product of our society.
On a day that is traditionally given to nothing more profound than collegiate exuberance and fortunes of the University of Wyoming football team, this community is on the high plains that had a different kind of homecoming Saturday, as many search their souls in the wake of the vicious, apparent anti-gay hate crime.
University President Philip Dubois.
This was homecoming weekend. There were a lot of people in town, and there was a homecoming parade that was scheduled, and then the students organized to tag on to the back of it, you know. Behind the banner, supporting Matt. And everybody wearing the armbands the students had created.
I live in the center of town, Prairie Woods, and my apartment has windows on two opposite streets. One goes north and one goes south, and that is exactly the homecoming parade route. Now, on the day of the parade, I had a cast on my leg because I'm fall, so I was very disappointed because I really wanted to walk with the people that were marching from Avenue, but I couldn't. So I watched from my window, and it was just, I'm 52 years old and I'm gay. I've lived here for many years and I've seen a lot. And I was very moved when I saw, packed at the end of the homecoming parade, about 100 people walking behind a banner from After Shepherd. So then the parade went down to the end of the block to make a U-turn. And I went to the other side of my apartment to wait for it to come south and the other street.
I was right in front where they were holding the banner for Matthew, and let me tell you, I've never had so goosebumps for so long in my life. It was incredible. A mass of people, families, mothers holding their 6-year-old kids, tying these armbands around these 6-year-old kids and trying to explain to them why they should wear an armband. Just amazing. I mean, it was absolutely one of the most beautiful things I've ever done in my life.
Well, about 10 minutes went by, and sure enough, the parade started coming down the street. And I noticed the most incredible thing. As the parade came down the street, the number of people walking from Matthew Shepherd had grown 5 times. There were at least 500 people marching for Matthew. 500 people. Can you imagine? The tag at the end of the parade was larger than the entire parade. And people kept joining in, and you know what? I started to cry. Tears were streaming down my face. And I thought, thank God I get to see this in my lifetime. And my second thought was, thank you, Matthew.
I really haven't been all that involved, per se. My husband's a highway patrolman, so that's really the only way I've known about it. Now, when I first found out, I just thought it was horrible. I just can't. Nobody deserves that. I don't care who you are. But the other thing that was not brought out, at the same time that happened, that patrolman was killed, and there was nothing. Nothing. They didn't say anything about the old man that killed him. He was driving down the road and he shouldn't have been driving. Who killed him? It was just a little piece in the paper. And we lost one of our guys. worked with him. This man was brand new to the force. But I mean, here's one of ours, and it's just a little piece in the paper. And a lot of it is my feeling that the media is portraying Matthew Shepard as a saint and making him as a martyr, and I don't think he was. I don't think he was that pure. Now, I didn't know him, but there's just so many things about him that I found out. It's scary. You know, about his character and spreading AIDS and a few other things. You know, being the kind of person that he was just a barfly, you know, and I think he pushed himself around. I think he flaunted it. Everybody's got problems, but why they exemplified him, I don't know. What's the difference if you're gay? A hate crime is a hate crime. If you murder somebody, you hate them. It has nothing to do if you're gay or a prostitute or whatever. I don't understand.
Company member Lee Fondadowski.
This is one of the last days on our second trip to Laramie. Greg and I have been conducting interviews nonstop and we're exhausted.
We are to meet Father Roger at 7:30 in the morning. I wish we could skip it altogether, but we